Hello students, we will do some more sums on weighted average cost of capital today. Problem says XYZ Limited has the following book value capital structure. So it has equity, preference capital, 12%, retained earnings, 11.5% debentures and 11% term loans. The next expected dividend on equity shares is rupees 3.60 per share. The dividend per share is expected to grow at 7% and the market price of the share is 40. So this is the additional information. So these two are the questions. Now let's start solving. They have not given us the cost of debt, equity and all. So we need to find that. So to find the cost of equity, we'll use the formula cost of equity is equal to D divided by MPS plus G into 100. So dividend they've given as 3.60 divided by market price per share is 40 plus 0.07. This is not just 7, it's 0.07 because we need to convert the growth rate into decimals and then into 100. When you solve it, you get it as 16%. Now let's do cost of preference shares. We are assuming face value to be 100. Dividend they have said 12% preference shares. So 12% on 100 is 12 rupees. They are redeemable after 10 years. You can see here preference shares are redeemable after 10 years and is currently selling at rupees 75 per share. So redeemable value, redeemable after 10 years and net proceeds 75 because currently selling means it's selling today for 75 rupees. And redeemable value, they have not mentioned anything about redeemable value, whether it will be redeemed at premium or anything. So redeemable value, will consider it as equal to face value. So face value was 100, redeemable value is also 100. We'll put all this in the formula. As the preference shares are redeemable, we use the redeemable formula D plus RV minus NP divided by N, the whole divided by RV plus NP divided by 2 into 100. So here we'll put the values: dividend 12 rupees, RV 100 minus NP 75 divided by 10, the whole divided by 100 plus 75 divided by 2 into 100. When you solve it, you basically get 16.57%. Similarly, we'll do it for cost of debt. In case of cost of debt, this is also redeemable. You can see here debentures are redeemable after 6 years and are selling at 180. So N is 6 years, net proceeds is 180. Okay, and then we'll see the interest. Interest is 11.5%. We're assuming face value to be 100. So on 100, 11.5%. So it will be 11.5. And redeemable value should be equal to face value. Assuming face value to be 100, redeemable value is also 100. Tax rate is 40%. If you solve for cost of debt, interest 11.5, this is point here, I guess it's not visible, it's not 115, it's 11.5 plus 100 minus net proceeds 80 divided by 6 years, the whole divided by 100 plus 80 divided by 2, 1 minus tax rate into 100. When you solve this, you get it as 9.88%. Next is cost of term loans. So about term loans, they have not given any additional information. They've just said 11% term loans. So we will find it. 11% means if the face value is 100, interest will be 11% of 100, which is 11 rupees, and net proceeds also we take it as 100 because nothing is mentioned about its current selling price. So the simple formula, term loan is as good as debt. So we will use the debt formula. So interest 11 divided by net proceeds 100 into 1 minus tax rate 0.4 into 100, you get 6.66%. Now we have all the values. So we'll put the sources: equity, preference, retained earning, debt and term loan. The amounts given are in the question, they're given in crores. So 15, 1, 20, 10 and 12.5. So we take it here 15. This is 15, not 1.5. 15, 1, 20, 10, 12.5. Total 58.5. See here 10, 30, 40, 50, 55, 57, 58.5. Now we'll find the weightages. So 15 divided by 58.5, equity weightage is 0.256. 1 divided by 58.5, it is 0.017. I've taken three digits after the decimal. You can even take 2 digits or 4 digits. As you take less digits, the answer will differ. 10 divided by 58.5, 0.170. So these are the weights. These are the costs that we calculated. Equity 16%, preference 16.57%, retain earnings we take it as equal to equity, so that is 16. Debt you got as 9.88 and term loan you got it as 6.6. Multiply the weightage with specific cost, you will get the weighted average cost of capital. So 0.256 into 16, 4.096. Similarly, multiply each weightage with each specific cost. The total weighted average cost after adding all this is 12.91%. I hope the problem is clear. Let's go to the next sum. Now this is a little technical problem, so we'll understand it first properly. As a financial analyst of a large company, you're required to determine the weighted average cost of capital using book value and market value weights. They've given you the additional information. The company's present book value is 8 lakh debentures, 2 lakh preference, and 10 lakh equity. Total 20 lakh. So we basically find the other information. All these securities are traded in the capital market. They've given you the market prices. Debentures 110, preference 120, and equity 22. Anticipated external financing opportunities. This is another part of information. Rupees 100 per debenture redeemable at 10-year, 11% coupon rate. Coupon rate is nothing but interest rate. We call interest as coupon also. 4% is the flotation cost, or this is called as cost of issue. Sale price is 100. Similar way they've given for preference and equity, and they've given additional information about equity. So we have to find all the costs and then find book value weight and market value weight. So we'll start with the cost of equity, D divided by MPS plus G into 100. So here is the values given. See here they've told last paragraph, the dividend expected on equity shares at the end of the year is rupees 2 per share and the growth rate is 7%. So here you can see I've taken dividend 2 rupees plus this is the growth rate 0.07. Now what is the market price of equity? You can see here they've said the second paragraph, equity shares rupees 2 per share flotation cost and sale price is 22. Sale price is the market price actually that we'll consider. So we are, means what we are receiving 22 rupees after selling equity and 2 rupees is flotation cost. So 22 minus 2, what I'm actually receiving is only 20. So 22 minus 2, I've taken 20. When you solve it, you get 17% as cost of equity. I hope you understood how this 20 has come. 2 rupees is the flotation cost. So whatever 22 rupees I receive, from that I minus 2 rupees flotation cost, I get 20 rupees as the market price per share. Cost of preference shares, we use the redeemable formula because they've given the redeemable values. So first is to find the dividend. You can see here the second point in the second paragraph, rupees 100 preference shares. So face value is 100, redeemable at par. So whatever is the face value, the same will be the redeemable value, that is 100. At par means you're not paying more. Whatever is the face value, the same you will pay. 10 years maturity, time is 10 years. 12% dividend. So on 100 rupees, we'll find 12%, which comes to 12 rupees dividend. 5% flotation cost and 100 is the sale price. So 5% flotation cost means we are going to minus that 5%, that is 100 rupees face value minus flotation cost 5% on 100, that is 5 rupees. So you get net proceeds as 95. See here about the preference, they have told you face value is 100. So dividend 12% of 100, which is equal to 12 rupees. Time to maturity they have said is 10 years. Now we have to find net proceeds. Net proceeds basically is 100 minus what 100 I have taken. I have taken the sale price. If you could see here, sale price 100. This is the price that we'll receive after selling the preference shares. So from this I will minus 5% flotation cost. So minus 5% of 100, you will get 95. So this is the net proceeds. And redeemable value, they say it is redeemable at par. So face value is 100, redeemable value also will be 100. So this 95 has come by 100 minus 5% of 100. And what is this 100? This 100 is nothing but the sale price which is given in the problem. Sale price is the price that you receive after selling the preference shares. So after selling the shares, I have received 100, but I have to pay 5% for the broker. So 5% of 100, 5 rupees I'll minus, I'll get 95. Let's go to the solution. 12 rupees dividend plus 100 minus 95, RV is 100, NP is 95, divided by 10 years. Then the whole divided by 100 plus 95 divided by 2, you get 12.82%. Similar way, we will do cost of debt. So cost of debt, we'll see what all is the information given, and we will note it down and then solve for it. So this is for debt. See here, the second paragraph starts with debt, rupees 100 per debenture redeemable at par. So rupees 100 per debenture means the face value is 100. It is redeemable at par means redeemable value will also be 100, equal to the face value, nor more nor less. Okay, then what next is given? 10 years maturity, 11% coupon rate. So the time to maturity is 10 years. Interest is 11% of face value, which is 11% of 100, which will be equal to 11 rupees. 4% flotation cost, sale price 100. So sale price is nothing but the net proceeds. So net proceeds is equal to 100. That's the sale price minus 4% of flotation cost of face value. Flotation cost we usually calculate on face value. So 4% of 100 if I do, I will get as 4 rupees. So 100 minus 4 rupees, net proceeds you will get 96. And what is this 100? This 100 is the sale price. So if you see, I've used the data from the second para and the third para only to find the cost, specific cost. So cost of debt, interest 11 plus RV 100 minus 96 NP divided by 10, the whole divided by 100 plus 96 divided by 2, 1 minus 0.35, 0.35 is the tax rate. So here you can see the last line of the question, the corporate tax rate is 35%. So you solve it, you get 7.56%. So to find the specific cost, I have used the second and the third paragraph. I have not used the first para. The first para we will use it later when we have to find the market value, because the first para tells you the current capital market is traded at. We when we calculate specific cost, we don't see the current traded value, but we actually see how much we will receive after issuing. So we are interested in the sale price. This data we will use when we find the market value. First we'll find weighted average using book value weights. So source, equity, preference, debt. Book values are given here in the question. Equity 10 lakh, preference 2 lakh, debt 8 lakh, total is 20 lakh. So we use that, equity 10, preference 2, debt 8, total 20 lakh. We'll find the weightages. So 10 lakh divided by 20 lakh 0.5, 0.1, and 8 lakh divided by 20 lakh 0.4. Specific cost of equity you found 17%. preference 12.82 and debt 7.56. When you multiply the weightage with the specific cost, you will get the WACC. So equity 0.5 into 17, 8.5, 0.1 into 12.82, 1.282, and 0.4 into 7.56, 3.024. So weighted average cost you get 12.806 for book value weights. Now we have to find the market value weights, for which we have to first find the market value. So I told you while calculating the market value, we will use the data from the first paragraph which talks about the current capital market value. All the securities are traded in the capital market, prices are. So these prices are the market value. So we will use this. Okay, so let's start with debentures. Debenture price is 110. So we solve it like this. Suppose the book value is 100, market value is 110. So book value of total value of debentures 8 lakh. How much will be the market value? You will get as 8 lakh 80,000. Similar way, equity book value is 10, market value is 22. So if book value is 10 lakh, how much will be the market value? When you cross multiply, you will get 22 lakh. Preference book value is 100, market value given 120. You can see the question here. Equity was 22, preference is 120. So if the preference capital is 2 lakh, how much will be the market value? We will get it as 2,40,000. So using these market values, we will find the weighted average cost of capital now. So debt 8 lakh 80, preference 2 lakh 40, equity 22 lakh. The total comes to 33 lakh 20,000. You can find the weightage 8 lakh 80 divided by 33 lakh 20, you get 0.26. 2 lakh 40 divided by 33 lakh 20, you're getting 0.07, and the last one is 0.66. These are the costs that you calculated. Multiply the weightage with the cost, you will get the WACC 0.26 into 7.56, 1.965. Similar way, multiply the other also, the total comes to 14.082. So market value weight, your weighted average is 14.082, and at book value it is 12.806. I hope the problem is clear. Only thing you have to understand is which data to use where. The second and the third paragraph data I use to calculate the specific cost, that is the cost of equity, cost of debt, and cost of preference. And the first para I used to just find the market value of equity, debt, and preference. So now let's see the last problem. Krishna Limited and Kishore Limited are in the same type of business and hence are having similar operating risks. The capital structure of each of these firms is as follows. So they've not given in the normal way, they've twisted it a little. Let's understand. Equity capital 4 lakh and 5 lakh for both. Market value per share 15 and 12. Dividend per share 2.70 and 2.88. Debentures 100 each is the value. It is nil for Krishna Limited. That means Krishna Limited has only equity, no debentures, and it is 2,50,000 for Kishore Limited. Market value per debenture nil and 80. It is not 800. It's 80. So there's a point here 80.00. Interest rate, Krishna Limited has no debt, so nil, and Kishore Limited it is 8%. Assuming that the level of dividends are generally expected to continue indefinitely and the income tax rate is 50%, you are required to calculate weighted average cost for each company. So there are two companies here, not book value, market value. We have to calculate it for Krishna Limited, Kishore Limited, and whatever we calculate will be the book value because these are the values given. So let's start with the cost of equity and cost of debt first. First we'll do for Krishna Limited. KE is equals to D divided by MPS plus G into 100. So see here, Krishna Limited dividend is 2.70. Market price is 15. So here it is dividend 2.70 divided by market price 15 plus growth rate is not given. So we are taking it 0 into 100. You get cost of equity 18%. In case of Krishna Limited, there is no debentures. It's nil. So it has only one source of finance. So source, amount, weight, specific cost, and WACC. Equity 4 lakh. If I do the total also, I'll get 4 lakh. So 4 lakh divided by 4 lakh. Weightage is 1. Cost of equity is 18%. So 1 into 18%, you will get full 18%. So WACC is 18%. Because it has only one source of capital, The entire 18% will be the total cost of capital for the company. Now let's do it for Kishore Limited. He has equity and debt both. So we'll find the equity first. So see here, dividend is 2.88. Value, market value is 12 rupees for equity. So 2.88 divided by 12, and growth rate is 0 because it's not given. So 2.88 divided by 12 plus 0 into 100, you get cost of equity 24%. Cost of debt, they have said interest is 8%, and here if you see debentures 100 each, that means face value is 100. On 100 face value, 8% is 8 rupees, and the net proceeds, that is the market value per debenture or the saleable value, is 80 rupees. So net proceeds will be 80. So interest 8 divided by market value or net proceeds 80 into 1 minus tax rate, that is 0.5 into 100, you will get 5% as cost of debt. So you can see here the tax rate is 50%. 8% of 100, 8 rupees interest, 80 rupees is the net proceeds. If you sell a 100 rupee debenture, you will receive 80 rupees. So now we'll find the weighted average cost of capital. There are two sources for Kishore Limited, equity and debt. 5 lakh equity, 2,50,000 debt, total 7,50,000. You can look at the question. 5 lakh equity, 2,50,000 debt. So total comes to 7,50,000. Weightage will find 5 lakh divided by 7 lakh 50,000, 0.67, and 2 lakh 50 divided by 7 lakh 50, 0.33. The costs you have found 24% and 5%. So at those costs, we will write it here. 24 and 5%. So multiply the weightage with the cost. 0.647 into 24, 16.08, and 0.33 into 5, 1.65. Here there is a decimal, students, 1.65. So 16.08 plus 1.65, you will get 17.73%. So that's the weighted average cost of capital for Kishore Limited. So we've done it for both Krishna and Kishore. I hope it's clear, all the three problems. Just go through them once and solve it. So if there are any kind of doubts, you will be able to clarify. Thank you.